So my camera actually ran out of battery and I was too fucking lazy to fix it. So I actually read and finished the final book in my project a week before this recording. That means I do not have it here to show you. Given how mind-twisty I found the last two books and how much time I spent second-guessing them, it's probably not a surprise to you that my final book was The Power of Less by Babauta. It is very short. I actually gave this the best review I have ever given a book in the entirety of my summer reading program history. An actual 5 out of 5. I think I was the only person on the wiki who gave it that high a rating. Basically, the book says this. Feel like you're overwhelmed at work? Too many emails? Too much stuff to do? Maybe pick the 5 that are actually important to your job and do them, and ignore the fuck out of the rest of them. Maybe tell your boss you're overworked and you can't get everything done. Maybe find a job that's more suited to who you want to be and what you want to be doing with your life, rather than burn up all your energy in a job that's overwhelming you, or spending all of your energy trying to get 1,000,000 tasks done and instead just focus on 2 or 3. 2 or 3 that are important to you. It's basically a book that says, hey, success isn't doing every little thing. Success involves self-care. And I think that's a thing that I need to hear constantly, because I'm an anxious person. Every little thing, every little email, every little request that piles down becomes like a weight on my shoulders and I freak out. It's how I react often. Anxious, like I said. And he extends this into lifestyle. He talks about how, think about the things that are important to you in your life, apply those criteria to your work, and change your work if that's necessary. He talks about starting small, like really small, like less than you think is a small amount, just so you build a habit and can scale up, instead of trying to do everything and burning out. He gives advice for how to simplify your workspace and simplify your job that's not applicable to everyone. He assumes you're working in a paper workplace with physical papers. Doesn't work so much when your Microsoft Outlook is your entire to-do list, like it is with me and my tech company. He extends this to the perennial things you should be doing to fix up your life, which is exercise regularly and eat regularly, like good food. But not all of his advice there is good. It very much assumes that you don't have body issues or pre-existing eating issues, which... Does anyone in the universe actually not have any body issues whatsoever? I mean, he's not gregarious about this, but using a pinup as motivation to get in shape, kinda not good. So yeah, not all of his advice is good. The real reason I gave this a great review, a 5 out of 5 and not just a 4 out of 5 or a 3 out of 5, is that I started applying things from it to my everyday life without even trying. And I'm actually kind of embarrassed about this. I mean, you've heard me. I was planning to do no extra work for this project. No, worksheets, no questionnaires, none of that bullshit. But this went straight into my hindbrain and was like, hey, are you running 1,000 chores because you feel like you need to run 1,000 chores in order to feel accomplished? Or do you actually need to do this bullshit? I've been super stressed lately. It's been helpful. So, for the sheer fact that it spoke to my hindbrain and got through, that's what got this a 5 out of 5. And true to its name, short book, ends randomly after a chapter with no epilogue or denouement. I recommend it to you. Maybe you'll learn something, maybe you won't. It won't waste your time if it does. I've covered the highlights, so it's not like you're doomed if you don't read it, so bleh. Your own judgment. Now, it is a beautiful day outside, even if the sun does not reach into the cold, dark cave of my apartment, and I've been thinking, I need something to kick off the end of this project. Ideally, what that something would be showing you all of the fantastic things I'm doing with the money I earned off of this, but let's face it, the money is not going to be here for another couple weeks, and I'm not going to spend it on, a vacation. I'm going to buy, pizza, video game off the Nintendo Wii store. I was looking at a dress, but I tried it on today and it doesn't actually fit right, so no dress for Haley. So yeah, I can't think of anything I'd spend the money on that would actually be entertaining or visually interesting. So instead we're just gonna do this. Walk, walk. Nothing quite like a camera to show you how unsteady your gait is.
You can usually count on this park for having plenty of babies and strollers and dogs, but in the summer, swimmers too.
That's a 15-minute walk from my apartment, by the way.
Yeah, okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This does not do justice to how goddamn loud that thing is. The electricity is beautiful, and the machine is loud. It has been a long, interesting ride. Actually, no, it hasn't. It's been kind of boring and kind of frustrating, and I've learned some things, and I've read more books that were actually decent than I usually do, and as a result, I think this video project was probably more boring than it needed to be. Hopefully this has been mildly entertaining. In a universe of books, you never know what you're gonna get. A cover, a blurb, a recommendation from someone else. You never actually know if you're gonna find something that speaks to you, or something that sounds phony, or something that's exactly what you need. Even with self-help books, it's worth a try now and again. I don't know if I've learned anything from this experience. I certainly don't know that you've learned anything from this experience, but might as well keep searching. What the hell else am I gonna do with my life, right? Over and out. Perhaps we'll meet again.